Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're revisiting the case of a Florida sovereign citizen who simply cannot seem to stay out of jail, largely because he refuses to accept one very basic legal truth. Under the law, driving and traveling are not the same thing. Yes, you have the right to travel, but you do not have the right to operate a motor vehicle without being properly licensed and legally authorized to do so. This is the same individual I covered briefly before, when he landed himself back behind bars on a felony probation violation after being caught driving without a valid license. So before we get into what happens next, let's quickly refresh the timeline and then break down exactly how he manages to unravel the situation all over again.
You're now the attorney-in-fact for the state name.
No, sir, Mr. Thompson. You know I don't put up with any of that. You understand?
Right.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You understand I'm not going to put up with that?
Yes, sir.
Not anything like that. You understand? Do you understand me?
Yes.
There's not going to be any private citizen, sovereign citizen, any of that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're before the court today for your affidavit of violation of probation. You filed a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. I've denied most of it. I'm going to probably deny the rest of it.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely.
I got some education to go, huh?
Sir?
Understanding the law doesn't start with a YouTube video or a random internet theory. It starts with education. Finishing elementary school, working through high school, earning a college degree, and then putting in 3 more grueling years at law school. That's the road real attorneys travel before they're even remotely qualified to argue legal principles in a courtroom. So if you wonder whether there's actual study involved before someone can competently debate constitutional law, the answer is yes. And it's a long, demanding journey before you're anywhere close to understanding the system you're trying to challenge.
You got a new law violation of driving my license, suspended, or revoked. You don't want to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
You sure?
But that's the thing is, I've never even been pulled over. I don't know how I got a license or a warrant or anything. I haven't been pulled over in more than a year. Any emergency contact. I went to go pick up a records request and they gave me a warrant instead of the records.
Do y'all know anything about this?
As to the new law.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Don't answer that. I shouldn't ask that question.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Strike that from the record. I won't do that if you won't do any other mess. I won't ask you that question.
But you transfer that to.
Just filed. I just filed in the court file.
I tried to, and they wouldn't accept it.
All right. Was he arrested? Is there a new arrest for driving license suspended or revoked? State?
Yes, there was a bench warrant issued on 1/23/24 that's executed 1/29/24.
But I was just doing a records request and had an agreed upon date to pick it up. Went up there to pick it up and gave me a warrant. So the records are requested.
I tell you what, I'm gonna let y'all
Return
do
that?
that. Listen, I'm gonna leave him on probation. I'm gonna set this for preliminary on April. What's that April date? April 17th. I'm gonna let him take care of that in county court and see what happens. Okay?
Thank you.
And I think that's the only violation he had.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing on this, and then we'll see you back in April.
At this stage, it actually looks like he might be catching a rare break. Judge Brantley would have been fully within his authority to send him straight back to jail for violating the terms of his probation. To his credit, he did show up for his April court date, but he made quite the statement walking in, dressed in unmistakable zebra stripes, a visual reminder just how close he already was to returning to custody. The symbolism wasn't subtle. He was one step away from going right back to where he started.
Another charge. This is at a preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
All right. You wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll present myself to the court.
Sir?
Said I'll present myself to the court.
If you'll swear Mr. Thompson in, sure, state your name.
I'm the attorney, in fact, for Justin Reed Thomason, fictitious name.
No, sir, you're not. State your name.
Justin Reed.
Okay. And
That's my given name.
sir?
Justin Reed.
Okay. And Mr. Reed, you've made an Justin Reed?
Reed's his middle name, Your Honor.
I understand that. What's your last name?
That's not my property, sir.
Nope, well, I'm not gonna take that. Tell me your real name.
Justin Reed.
What's your name on your birth certificate?
That's not my property either, so that's the state of Florida.
All right. Mr. Thompson, I'm gonna find you're not competent to represent yourself. You can keep
Justin
that
Reed
in-
Thomason, sir.
It didn't take long for him to abandon the performance and drop the act entirely. And that, more than anything, says it all. If he had figured this out years ago, before burning bridges with the court and stacking violation after violation, he likely could have avoided a significant amount of jail time. Instead, he chose to double down on bad decisions. Now the consequences are accelerating, and they're no longer theoretical. They're real, immediate, and closing in fast.
I graduated.
Okay. And were you in the military?
Say again? I can't.
Were you in the I'm sorry. Were you in the military?
Yes, sir. I was in the Army.
So you knew how to read and write.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I remember correctly. Are you on disability now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Been through a heart attack and a stroke
Yes. Sir.
since.
Also, you've had some other physical injuries too. Is that correct?
Say again?
You had some physical injuries also. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I've got 6 screws in my neck and a stent in my heart.
And before the court, I believe, and the court is aware of this, I believe, had Mr. Thompson on the violation of probation before. Is your father here? Is any family here? Okay, I thought so. Okay. All right, sir. Have you ever represented yourself before?
And this court, just for the last hearing, the reason I'm on probation, that's the only 2 times I've ever tried to defend myself from here.
And you understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence and criminal procedure?
I cannot hear you, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. You understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence and criminal procedure?
Say again?
Do you want a hearing device?
A hearing device isn't going to fix someone who is that deeply committed to their own delusion. When a person becomes so entrenched in their beliefs that they refuse to listen, process information, or accept basic reality, no amount of assistance is going to break through. At that point, the issue isn't auditory. It's willful refusal. It's a conscious decision to ignore what is plainly
Hear me
happening
now?
right in front
Yes,
of
sir.
them.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, you understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, and law. They're there to assist you in preparing for this preliminary hearing and preparing for an evidentiary hearing. You understand that?
Yeah, well, from my vast experience, they didn't seem to want to do any of those things for me.
But, well, I'm just asking, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that you'll be held to that same standard.
Yes, sir.
And that if I do allow you to represent yourself, the first time I hear anything that sounds like what you started talking about today, you will not be able to represent yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that'll be immediate.
Yes, sir.
And I'll never allow you to represent yourself again in this proceeding. If I hear that, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes, sir. I believe in self-defense. Yes, sir.
Sir?
I believe in self-defense. Yes, sir. I went to war for this country. I would always like to represent and defend myself.
Okay. All right. Was there an amended violation of probation filed yet?
Looks like there was on March 1st, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, sir, I'm going to allow you to represent yourself at any point in time that you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you. I'll appoint one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You're here today on a violation of probation hearing. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
All right. And let's see.
I would like to move on to evidentiary hearing if we could, sir.
Well, you have to give the state notice. They'll have to have a chance to subpoena witnesses. This is not your evidentiary hearing today.
No, I just want to move for one.
You want to move for one? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who's the attorney?
It's
Ms. McAfee. I'm going to set this for an evidentiary hearing. I don't want to set it on the 22nd because that's graduation. Yeah, let's go ahead and set it May 22nd at 1:30. We'll do that at a preliminary at 9 o'clock. And Mr. Thompson, remember, at any point in time, you want to ask for an attorney, I'll appoint one. You understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I be released until we get to that evidentiary hearing so that I can?
Mr. Thompson has asked to, has made an oral tennis motion for release. Ms. McAfee, what's the state's position?
I believe the new law is a misdemeanor driving on a suspended license. based on that, I have no objection.
Pardon?
I have no objection.
To release him back? All right. As a special condition of your probate, I'll release you on your own, I'll release you at this time, based on that award tender motion, the state's position. As a special condition of that release, you're not to operate a motor vehicle. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
No questions asked. You cannot operate a motor vehicle. You'll abide by the terms and conditions of your probation. You'll sign a notice to come back on the...
So he's released from custody for the second time. To be fair, he does appear for his scheduled court date. That hearing was critical. It would determine whether his probation would continue or be revoked entirely. And somehow, even after being handed another opportunity, he manages to drift dangerously close to sabotaging himself all over again. When you keep testing the limits of judicial patience, eventually those limits disappear.
We worked out an agreement in this case, and the probation will be extended 24 months from the original date. All prior conditions of the original plea agreement still reinstated. And the only other agreement would be, it's based upon a driving license suspended and an obstruction charge, which is pending in misdemeanor court. He's the one who admit to it, so we're going to stipulate to the facts that the state, what they call the witnesses, they could prove in VOP court the violation. Okay? Am I right? This is what you agreed to, right? 24 months.
I can just make a finding there's a basis that he's had contact with law enforcement.
Okay. 24 months from the original plea date, and just all the prior conditions are reinstated, and that's it. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Sign right there. Sign that.
Every time.
Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, Mr. Thompson, state your name.
I'd like to grant my name to this court, sir.
What, sir?
I'd like to grant the name to this court. That's what you recommended before is what it's off of. I'd like to I have my disclaimer here. Can we give this to the clerk?
I think I'm gonna just revoke his release and put him in custody. And
Say again?
it's what I'm planning on, is what I'd like to do.
Your name right now, your legal name is Justin Reed Thomason. Is that right?
That's their legal name. That's who owns it.
All right, look, you signed this thing.
I signed it.
Okay, you signed it, and you agreed to what this position is, correct? You agree to abide by probation, is that correct?
I guess I don't have much of a choice.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
under duress. This whole thing is under duress. But I'll do it because I don't have a choice.
Can I have a few minutes with him?
I'm thinking about revoking his release and just taking him into custody and continuing his
Say again?
adventure here, putting you back in jail
Really? Why?
because you're
What would you like me to do?
At some point, he needs to stop clowning around and start taking this seriously. That includes grasping something as basic as his own legal identity. Maybe start by asking his mother, the person who legally gave him that name. Until he understands who he is in the eyes of the law, all the semantic gymnastics and courtroom wordplay aren't impressing anyone. They're certainly not persuading the judge. And they're definitely not helping his case.
to at least answer the questions. Tell me your name. Don't do all this nonsense of what you're doing, okay?
Justin Reed Thomason.
Your dad's been here at every court
I know.
date. And your sister,
I don't
I
like
know,
it
has been
any more
here
than he
before. And they're trying their best. And I know you've got some issues, but they're trying their best to take care of you. And you're trying your best to go to prison.
No, I'm not. I'm trying,
Yes, sir, you are.
trying my best to be free.
No, sir, you're not. What you're trying your best to do is go to prison. And that's exactly what's going to happen if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. And I understand you've got some issues, But I do also understand that you're confident to proceed. And I am willing to put you back on probation right now. And the only thing it will cost you is an extra $250 over the probationary period and extend it to 24 months. And then you can fight your county court case if that's what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
If that's what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Your name's Justin Reed Thomason, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what you were named at birth, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you understand that you're waiving your right to an evidentiary hearing, is that correct?
Did I?
Or are you? I've got you set for a hearing this afternoon.
We're pleading to this instead of having a hearing.
Okay.
You're waiving that right, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're waiving your right to require the state prove the allegations against you.
That's a big one, but
Yep. And the only thing you're admitting is that you got arrested on some new charges. You're not admitting whether you did or did not do the crime that you're charged with.
I definitely got arrested.
You definitely got arrested.
6 times in the last 18 months. Which
Yes,
I
sir.
think
The statement you just made perfectly exposes your complete lack of self-awareness. The truly absurd part isn't that you've been arrested 6 times in the last 2 years. It's that you apparently learned nothing from the very first arrest. At this pace, arrest number 7 and 8 aren't hypothetical possibilities. They're inevitable outcomes. It's not a question of if. It's only a matter when. And both are likely to happen before the story even wraps up.
Yes. I'm gonna find there's a basis. I'm gonna find that Mr. Thomas's admission was freely and voluntarily made. It's extended sentence is extended 24 months from the original sentence date. All conditions that are reimposed. There's an additional $250 imposed today for the cost of the prosecution of the violation of probation. Sir, you have 30 days to find notice of appeal. If you'd like to have an attorney to appoint to represent you, one may be appointed to represent you at no charge. Step right over there.
That officer didn't just shut him down. He delivered reality check straight into the void where common sense should have been. And when the defendant appeared for his next hearing, Judge Brantley was visibly unimpressed. Not only had he violated the probation he had just been placed on, but another judge had somehow allowed him to walk free on pretrial release. Still, there's no confusion about what comes next. Judge Brantley knows exactly how to handle repeat behavior like this, and he has clearly reached the end of his patience.
Hello. Deputy Navarro of the Bay County Sheriff's Office. You don't have a tag on your vehicle. Do you have a license?
Not on me, sir. I don't believe I do.
You don't have a license on you?
I was just trying to run to the store to get some food for my dog real quick.
Okay, well, you know you can't drive this vehicle, right, without
I'll
a tag?
turn around then and go back to the house. And I'll walk
No,
down
sir.
there.
You were going to stay here, okay?
All right.
So you don't have your license on you?
No, sir. I don't. All I have for identification right now is this.
Okay. Do you have registration on this vehicle, and do you have your...
It's not mine. I don't know where really anything is right now.
You said it's not yours?
No.
Whose vehicle is this?
It was my neighbor's across the road.
It was your neighbor's.
Yeah. He lets me use it whenever he wants. I mean, I
But
have keys.
it's parked in your driveway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, because you don't have a license, do you have a valid license?
Not with me.
Not with you?
No, I'm trying to get it reinstated, but I got to pay some fees that are kind of exorbitant
So
right now.
your license isn't even valid?
No.
Okay.
No, sir, not right now.
All right. Sit tight, okay?
All right.
All right. After a brief investigation, it was discovered Justin's license was suspended in 2022 and the vehicle was not insured. Hey, Justin, step out of the vehicle for me, all right?
What you need?
All right, come here.
Are you being arrested? Or?
We've got an issue here, okay?
What's the issue?
Well, the issue is, one, your driver's license has been suspended since 2022.
Oh, that's...
Okay? Yes. Two, all right, you're driving a vehicle with no tag on it.
It's not driving, though. That's kind of a commercial term.
No.
I'm handling private.
You're traveling by means of driving.
No, sir.
Yes. Well, what
I
are the
disagree
means?
with that.
What means are you traveling then? You're traveling, but by what means?
By using an automobile.
Right. You're operating an automobile, correct?
No.
You're operating, meaning you're in control of.
I didn't never
You're
say
not.
that.
You're
You
not in
said
control of an automobile. You're not in control of this automobile.
I'm in use of it.
You're in use of it.
Yes.
So you don't control it.
I mean, it's got a computer system.
It's got a computer. My man,
if it decides to take control, it
You
can't,
are in control of this automobile, okay? It doesn't self-drive.
Right.
You are in control. So you are operating because you are in control of a motor vehicle and traveling
What
by
do you wanna do
means
about
of
this?
driving, okay?
What do you want to do about it?
So here's the thing, all right? Put your hands behind your back.
All right. I got them already. Can I open stuff and
I will take care of it.
can we go by my house?
No.
Because I got stuff that's sitting out that's going to ruin my dogs.
Well,
over
then
there.
you're going to have to call somebody to come take care of your pets, okay? 442, babe.
I feel like I'm just a giant target now. You already arrested me once and everything.
1015, one white male. Yes, I have actually, and I told you that I was going to be looking for this van because it is.
So you're just watching my house waiting on me to mess up then?
No, I was
As
just.
soon as I drove by, you turned around and pulled me over.
Yeah, because I
There's no way you
noticed the
could've-
van. I know exactly what van you drive. Okay, so
Where you want me at?
you're going to sit in the back of my vehicle.
Here we go again.
Yeah, man. I told you if I see that. I told you if I see that van traveling, okay, then I was going to pull it over and I was going to tow it and I was going to place you under arrest. I told you that. I said you need to get things in order. All right. You don't have a proper driver's license. You don't have your van registered. You don't have that van registered. Okay. You're using the sovereign citizen script, and your van, your license plate, is kind of
You got your
reflecting.
labeling us.
Well, yeah, that's your label, man. Stop using the sovereign citizen script. And
This isn't about paying a fine and wiping the slate clean. This is about recidivism. It's about repeatedly failing to comply with the simplest probation requirement of all, obeying the laws of the state of Florida. And just when you think the message might finally be sinking in, Judge Brantley brings him back once again for a second round of consequences. Because judicial patience has limits, and those limits have already been stretched thin.
grounds?
Yeah.
You live here, my man.
So they're applicable to anybody that's within Florida then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
You sure about that?
absolutely, 100% sure. If you're in the state of Florida, you have to follow.
Statutes are applicable to employees in Florida.
No, sir.
Do you have a law degree or anything?
You clearly don't understand what subrogation means or how to spell it, because if you did, you would know it has absolutely nothing to do with avoiding criminal responsibility. Subrogation is a civil insurance concept. It simply means that liability can transfer from one party to another. For example, if we're driving on the same road and you hit my vehicle, causing me to crash into a telephone pole, the company responsible for repairing that pole can pursue me and my insurance for the damage. Then, through subrogation, my insurance company can turn around and pursue you for reimbursement since you caused a collision. That's it. It's not a secret legal loophole. It's not a constitutional shield. And it certainly doesn't exempt anyone from complying with the same traffic and licensing laws that apply to everyone else.
I thought Mr. Thompson was in jail. And he was given a notice, conditional release by Judge Campbell. Mr. Thompson, do you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you today? What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at revoking your release, because in my opinion, you should be in custody and should not have been released from custody. I believe this is a new law violation. Is that correct?
A what, sir?
A new law violation.
I don't.
When you arrested on another driving license, suspended or revoked,
Yeah, so they were staking out my house, and I don't understand why. I was going to get some food.
I'm going to revoke your release at this time and take you into custody for a violation of probation. Go ahead and take you into
sir.
custody.
I'm here to finalize that disclaimer that I have. It's here now, sir. If you
Take him into
would
custody.
accept it, please.
I'm revoking your release. You should have been held without bond. He's going to be held without bond.
I'm not going anywhere. The guy.
Just give him to his father bearer.
That's the mess. Can't believe this is happening again.
We'll talk to him again about an attorney when he has a seat up there.
I was down there trying to pay the fines before I came in here, sir.
Mr. Thompson,
Well, they told me to come back
I
after
didn't
this.
sign the warrant. I thought you were being held without bond. I guess I should have checked, but I'd have signed the warrant and you'd have been held.
That was because my father, he said, I've been helping with the family. He's had a pacemaker put in just a few days ago, and I'm trying to help nurse the family.
Put him in the box.
You were taking me away from the
Put him
family.
in the box.
Anything else in your property that you want to give?